Well, we've been waiting for, the details on Fortis, and turns out that the street does not like one bit the comments that have come in from the Supreme Court. Just a few things that we have that Ashmit, our correspondent, has said to us. He's saying that the Supreme Court orders continuation of the stay on IHH open offer. And that's a negative surprise because most on the street were hoping that, there would be some respite coming in out there and that would be a massive overhang that would have gone. But turns out that no, the stay on that open offer will continue. And that's perhaps we've seen that sharp adverse reaction on the downside. A 6% dip is what we're seeing, Nigel.
Yeah, that's right, Mangalam. Two negatives for me out there. One is they're talking about a forensic audit to be conducted on the deal. And they are also the High Court to consider appointments of forensic auditor whether such transactions were bona fide. So that's point number one. And the second factor is there's no relief that's come on the open offer front because the Supreme Court, they have, there's a stay on the IHH open offer. That will continue, and that's a setback in itself. And the Supreme Court has directed the Delhi High Court to consider appointments of forensic auditor. Ashmit joins us. He's bringing us all this information. For the time being, the Fortis stock has sold off big time from the day stop. Ashmit, fill us in.
Well, let's keep in mind that this Fortis-IHH deal, which transpired in August of 2018, has been in the wings for a very long time now. IHH acquired 31%, $1.1 billion. The key aspect, however, was the open offer of 26%, which the Supreme Court had stayed in December of 2018. Now, what's important is that IHH finds itself in the middle of a tussle that featured Daiichi as well as the Singh brothers and, of course, Fortis. Now, what's important is that Daiichi essentially has argued that there are a number of vagaries, there are issues with the deal itself in terms of shares owned by the Singh brothers being pledged before certain lenders and then subsequently featuring as a part of the deal. Moreover, there have been questions that the Supreme Court has also raised in terms of how these share proceeds had been utilized and how they had been dealt with. And on account of that, the Supreme Court has said that at this stage, it will not be taking a decision on how to proceed with this matter. However, what it has said is that the Delhi High Court, which is the executing court in this case, will now go ahead and decide on the future course of action. What that effectively means is that the Supreme Court has not cleared the IHH open offer, has not lifted the stay, has not vacated the stay. It has simply now shifted the burden now to the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court will be the one that will now decide on the fate of this open offer. But not just that. What's important is that given that previously the Supreme Court had expressed some reservations and concerns on the bona fides of the deal itself, the Supreme Court now has gone ahead and suggested to the Delhi High Court on appointing a forensic auditor to verify these transactions.
Okay, all right. Ashmit, thanks so much for joining in and filling us in with those details.